All right, welcome back everybody to another video series. We're going to be exploring the area of a circle. In past videos, we've looked at area of a rectangle, area of a parallelogram, area of a triangle. So now we're going to explore the circles and figure out how can we find area of that. So that is our question. How do we determine the area of a circle? So the problem is with a circle is that it's not a square, so we can't use the old length times width, or can we? We have a circle here, and I guess the question is, what could we do to this circle here to maintain the area? I don't want to change the amount of area we have, but the shape of the circle so that it resembles more of a rectangle or more of a parallelogram. Is that possible? What can you do to it? So just pause the video and take a second right now and think to yourself, well, what could you do to it? Okay, think about perhaps cutting it up. How could you cut up that circle so that it resembles a little bit more like a rectangle or a parallelogram? So what I would recommend that you could do is that you could start cutting it into pieces. And when we start cutting it using diameters through it, you'll notice we start to get these sectors. Okay, so right now we've got our 4 sectors, so our quadrants, and the more pieces we cut, the smaller these little sectors of these triangle pieces are going to get. So we could just keep on cutting and cutting and cutting them until they get smaller and smaller and smaller. So after I've cut them a whole bunch of times, which I've already done it could resemble something like this. So if you wanted to, you could make a circle at home on a piece of paper or a piece of cardboard, and then draw your diameters through it to create these little triangles. And then what we want to do is see, can we rearrange them into making that shape that we were talking about, getting it to look more like a parallelogram or a rectangle. So let's do that. It's going to take me just a minute or two, so you can fast forward the video if you want to. But here we go. I'm just going to take these pieces and rearrange them. Again, I'm not changing the area, I'm just changing the shape. All right, there we go. So I've taken those little sector pieces of the circle, rearranged them, and check it out. It looks much more like a parallelogram right now. So you can see that we have our length here, and we found also our base, and here's our height or our width. So we were able to take that triangle and rearrange it. Okay, so if we rearrange those pieces, we can make it more like a parallelogram. Now the question is, to try and find the area of this, we've got to figure out, well, what is our length or our base, and what is that height? Where does that come from as part of our circle? So that's going to be the next thing we need to explore. But I would encourage you to try this on your own. Make your circle, so use your compass, draw a circle, cut it up into all these little triangles, rearrange them, and see if you can make that parallelogram.